Freshman year of college is such an exciting time, meeting new people, exploring a new city, and even adapting to a new culture. I decided to study my entire degree in the UK instead of staying in my home country. Why I made that decision is a story for another video. I studied computer science in a city in England, somewhere around here. The day I landed, my aunt came along to help me settle into the city, but I sort of abandoned her almost immediately. I wanted to explore the city on my own. There was an international student party that night for everyone who had arrived early for college. I met a few students from my country a couple of weeks ago, and they were going to this party too. Before we headed out, we had pre-drinks at one of the girls' apartments, and then we went straight to the party. The party was packed with people. While we were dancing, this random guy suddenly appeared and started dancing with us. Then he turned to me, asking where I was from, what I was studying, and all those typical questions. After some small talk, he bought me a drink, and I thought, how nice of him. I didn't know him, but I figured he was just being friendly. At that point, the alcohol started kicking in. I felt a little dizzy, but still wanted to keep dancing. Dancing like that felt nice and freeing, until I felt something forcefully on my lips. It was disgusting. I was shocked. I felt violated, but in the moment I froze. When I finally realized what was happening, I pushed him away, but it felt like I was moving in slow motion. I was horrified. Why did this happen to me? How dare he do that? How could anyone think that was okay? I tried to get rid of him, but he wouldn't take the hint. Thankfully, one of my friends stepped in and literally pushed him away from us. We didn't see him again for the rest of the night. When I got back to the hotel, I washed my face, changed into pajamas, and collapsed into the bed, feeling so comfortable. But just as I was about to fall asleep, the memory of what happened hit me. I felt disgusted all over again. Was it my fault? Why did I let my guard down? 2 days later, I moved into my student accommodation. My aunt and I went to the nearest grocery store to stock up on food. On the way back, we walked up a steep lane. At the top of the hill, I noticed someone standing still, staring at a poster on a light pole. As we got closer, my stomach dropped. It was him, the guy from the party. My heart raced. How did he find me? I hadn't told him where I lived. I didn't want my aunt to notice him, and I definitely didn't want him to see us. But there was no way to avoid him or turn back. I held my breath as we walked past. I could feel his eyes on me. Maybe he didn't recognize me. Later, when my aunt dropped off the groceries and left, I found myself alone in this big unfamiliar apartment. A text. It was him. I had totally forgotten that we exchanged numbers on WhatsApp. He sent me a picture of the pole he was staring at.
Hey, I was standing here looking at this poster and I suddenly saw you. What a coincidence.
Coincidence? Was it really though? That spot had no shops, no apartments, no reason for him to be there. Coincidence? I think not. But at the time, I was naive and overly nice. I convinced myself it might have been a coincidence. He asked me if I wanted to join him and his friends at a party. I hesitated. I wanted to say no, but I didn't know many people in the city, and I thought maybe his friends will be nice. So, against my better judgment, I said yes. Fast forward to the party. I went to the place first. There were 2 other guys and 1 girl, and they all seemed pretty normal. We played card games, and they were drinking, but I stayed sober. I needed to stay alert for this guy. Everything seemed fine until he sat next to me and pulled his arm over my shoulders. I froze for a second before moving away to signal I wasn't okay with it. At the party, I wanted to leave after half an hour, but he wouldn't stop following me, so I came up with a brilliant plan. I will say I'm going to the bathroom and sneak out. Perfect, right? When I came out, he was standing right there. Plan B. When we leave the party, I will just go home on my own and say no if he offers to walk me back. We left the party, he offered to walk me home. I said no, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. In the end, he walked me home. A few days later, he started texting me constantly, asking to hang out. I kept declining, but he wouldn't give up. Then he started commenting on my Facebook pictures. I told him I wasn't interested, but he said,
I can make you like me.
I even lied and said I liked someone else. But he said, if you hang out with me, I will make you forget about him. Ew. I blocked him on WhatsApp and Facebook and felt so relieved. One day, I got a notification. Someone commented on my profile picture. It was him. You should block me. My heart was racing so fast. I felt the heat creeping up on my body. Breathing was suddenly so difficult. I was scared. My flatmate helped me block him completely, and I finally felt at ease. Still, I lived in constant fear of running into him on campus. Thankfully, a month passed with no sign of him. One day, while heading to the library with a friend, I saw him in the crowd. Without a second thought, I grabbed my friend's arm and walked the other way. I didn't even want to risk eye contact. Thankfully, that was the last time I saw him before he graduated. After that, I never saw him again. When I started thinking about sharing this story, I realized something. I had never told anyone about this before. I guess I just wanted to forget it ever happened, but here I am finally telling the story. Looking back, I wished I had opened up to a friend instead of bottling up all these feelings. I think I stayed silent because deep down, I felt like it was my fault. I kept wondering if things would have been different, if I had been more strict or direct. But if you're been through something similar, please know this, it's not your fault. It took me a long time to understand that, but I promise, it's not your fault. Now I've learned to trust my instincts and set boundaries without apologizing. And if you've experienced something like this, I want you to know that it's okay to stand up for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, you will probably love the one where I talk about the time I went missing on a field trip. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!